250 इंडेक्स फंड आ रहा है उसके बारे में, जो उसकी सब्सक्रिप्शंस ओपन हो रहे हैं 9 फरवरी से 23 फरवरी तक जो उसका सब्सक्रिप्शन है. सो आई हैव मैम विथ मी एंड शी इज़ अ ट्रेनर एट ग्रो म्यूचुअल फंड हु इज नाउ गोइंग टू आंसर सम क्वेश्चंस अराउंड द फंड. सो मेरे पास तो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस है टू बी ऑनेस्ट, बट पहला क्वेश्चन ये होगा मैम कि इन्वेस्टर्स कंसिडर क्यों करें ग्रो निफ्टी स्मॉल कैप 250 इंडेक्स फंड को इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए.
Okay, thank you शाश्वत for this question. In fact, शाश्वत, जब भी हम स्मॉल कैप कंपनीज के बारे में बात करते हैं, स्मॉल कैप कंपनीज हमेशा हाई रिस्क एंड हाई ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल कैटेगरी में गिने जाते हैं. तो यह रह गई एक बात. However, अगर हम वो यूनिवर्स ऑफ स्टॉक्स देखें जिन्होंने इन्वेस्टर्स को पिछले 10 साल में 10x रिटर्न्स जनरेट किया है, देयर इज अ वेरी हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी कि वो स्टॉक एक स्मॉल कैप स्टॉक होगा. हिस्टोरिकली भी स्मॉल कैप्स हैव शोन हाईएस्ट अर्निंग्स ग्रोथ. अगर हम इन स्टॉक्स की परफॉर्मेंस कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं मिड कैप और लार्ज कैप स्टॉक्स से, therefore there is a possibility of a significant high growth potential to the investors who is investing in the small cap category, and investors would benefit from investments in small cap. However, जैसे मैंने कहा था कि small cap stocks tend to be a little more riskier अगर हम उसकी comparison large cap और mid cap stocks से कर रहे हैं. They are also a little more volatile compared to mid cap and large cap. उनकी downside risk भी ज़्यादा है when you compare it to mid cap and large cap. So हम ये जो downside risk है, volatility की जो risk है, वो हम manage कैसे करेंगे? I think the good answer to this would be having a diversified portfolio of small cap stocks, and that will make more sense. यहाँ निवेशक small cap index consider कर सकता है, स्पेशली जब वो अपना स्मॉल कैप इन्वेस्टमेंट जर्नी शुरू करना चाहता है, सो दैट ही गेट्स द बेनिफिट ऑफ डाइवर्सिफिकेशन एंड ऑटोमेटिकली द डाउनसाइड रिस्क एंड वोलेटिलिटी इज मैनेज्ड इफ नॉट मिटिगेटेड.
Yes, ma'am. That's quite fascinating. And क्या आप explain कर सकते हो कि what the Nifty Small Cap 250 Index is all about? Like, I hope you get it.
Yeah, sure. In fact, before we get into the direct answer of Nifty Small Cap 250 Index, I think पहले let's look at companies on the basis of market capitalization. तो अगर हमने ये सारे कंपनीज को ले लिया और मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन के बेसिस पे डाल दिया, the first 500 companies, 0 to 100 will form the large cap companies, 101 to 250 will form the mid cap companies, and 251 to 500 will form the small cap companies. And this 251 to 500 is where is our index lying. So the small cap 250 index, which represents these entire 250 companies, Shashwat, you'll be glad to know that this is spread over 21 sectors. So अगर निवेशक इस इंडेक्स में निवेश करता है, मतलब investors have got access first of all to 250 stocks, and these 250 stocks are spread across 21 out of 22 sectors that exist today. ऑटोमेटिकली एक बहुत अच्छा डाइवर्सिफिकेशन हो जाएगा इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए when it comes to small cap category.
Okay.
Now, I spoke about diversification. Let me just add a little more. Why should investor diversify? जैसे मैंने कहा है कि स्मॉल कैप कैटेगरी एक हाई रिस्क कैटेगरी होती है, सो द डाउन साइड ऑफ चूजिंग अ रॉन्ग स्टॉक और अ फंड इज कंपैरेटिवली लार्जर. अगर हम पिछले 5 साल का डेटा देख ले and we want to find out which were the highest percentage of stocks giving negative return, you will find that yes, it is the small cap funds that have the highest percentage of stocks giving negative returns. अगर वापस हम उसकी comparison mid cap या large cap stocks से कर रहे हैं, so diversification comes as a good answer here. So diversification across all the small cap stocks in this category. So if you buy this entire basket, you are automatically going to have access to 250 stocks. So the risk of going wrong is comparatively lower.
Got it, ma'am. Ma'am, but why should someone consider investing in like small cap index like the Groww Nifty Small Cap 250 Index Fund?
शाश्वत, जब भी इन्वेस्टर्स कंसिडर करते हैं इन्वेस्टिंग इन स्मॉल कैप स्टॉक्स, उनके पास 3 प्राइमरी ऑप्शंस होते हैं जिससे वो अपना स्मॉल कैप इन्वेस्टमेंट जर्नी शुरू कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट इज वो इन्वेस्टर डायरेक्टली मार्केट में जाके स्मॉल कैप स्टॉक्स बाय कर सकता है, बट एज आई टोल्ड यू ये काफी बड़ा बास्केट है, देर आर 250 stocks here. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it is also important to keep in mind that small cap stocks, they are highly volatile. So it is quite challenging for the investor to select a right one in this basket of 250. Second is, therefore, the risk of choosing poorly is substantial. सेकेंड ऑप्शन जो इन्वेस्टर्स के पास अवेलेबल है who want to invest in the small cap funds is they can choose to invest in a small cap active funds. And ये canvas में presently there are 24 funds operating. Each of them have their own unique investment philosophy. If you look
Okay.
at past track record, these funds have delivered varying returns. But again, past is not a guarantee for the future. And there's no guarantee that the top performing funds today will continue to excel in future. Therefore, investors need to be a little mindful. They need to consult their financials. They need to know their own risk appetite before investing in this category. The third option, and I consider this a little wiser choice, is to invest in an index that covers all the 250 small cap stocks. So, when you say the entire 250 small cap funds, it means that the scheme will be managed passively. Investments in this stock is in proportion to the weights of the stock in the index, and I call that TRI. So this approach, automatically offers you diversification across 250 stocks, across 21 different sector, which is very crucial when dealing with small caps fund due to their inherent risk. Also, when we're talking about risk, we also know that once you have this diversification as an investor, you would also not miss out on any potential of high performers. So,
Yes, ma'am. That's really helpful information that I've got, ma'am. But can you tell us more about historical performance of, let's say, small cap 250 index as compared to the Nifty 50?
okay. So to give a very I'm taking a 10-year time horizon. Nifty 50 ने 10 years CAGR 12.96% दिया है investors को. Nifty 250 10-year time horizon, they have given us a return of 18.90%. Let me extend this example to a SIP. If an investor had invested 15,200 in a SIP over 15 years in the index, his corpus would have grown to 1 crore, a little more than 1 crore in 15 years. Matlab automatically you have generated so much of wealth.
Okay, ma'am. So like, but what about the valuation of this index?
जब भी हम वैल्यूएशंस की बात करते हैं शाश्वत, द क्लासिक मेजर ऑफ वैल्यूएशन इज पी रेशियो, प्राइस अर्निंग्स
Hmm.
रेशियो जिसको हम बोलते हैं. सो द पी ऑफ अ स्टॉक एक सिंपल डिविजन होता है मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ द स्टॉक डिवाइडेड बाय द कंपनीज अर्निंग्स पर शेयर. ऑल्दो दिस इज अ सिंपल डिवीजन, बट ये पी रेशियो बहुत बताता है कंपनी के बारे में. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज ये जो इन्वेस्टर्स है वो कितना पे करेंगे, हाउ मच आर दे विलिंग टू पे पर यूनिट ऑफ करंट अर्निंग्स. और ये जो पी रेशो है इट गिव्स अ वेरी गुड इंडिकेशन अबाउट द वैल्यूएशन ऑफ द कंपनी. अगर पी रेशो लो है इट मीन्स द कंपनी इज अंडर वैल्यूड, दैट मीन्स इट्स अ गुड बाय. नाउ लेट मी एक्सटेंड दिस एग्जाम्पल टू स्मॉल कैप. अगर मैंने लास्ट 5 years का एवरेज इंडेक्स पी देखा तो पी
Hmm.
ऑफ स्मॉल कैप 250 इंडेक्स इज अबाउट 25 and average P of active funds is 42. This clearly goes to show that small cap 250 index PE is a little smaller, and this gives the investor a flavor of where the valuations are.
So like perfect. Like, but ma'am, why should our viewers consider the Grow Nifty Small Cap 250 Index Fund?
Okay, so the name says it, index fund, and the trickiest part of operating an index fund for any AMC is how closely they are able to replicate the index that is underlining the fund. नाउ ये जो इंडेक्स अंडरलाइनिंग इंडेक्स है इसका वेटेजेस चेंज क्यों होता है? देयर आर मल्टीपल रीजंस फॉर दैट, but one of the many reasons is prices of the stocks within that index keeps changing, and the AMC has no control because that is controlled by the
Hmm.
market. This poses challenge for AMCs to maintain that accuracy. Groww Mutual Fund has developed a proprietary technology to take care of this, and they call it Spear. This is their in-house technology. This helps to reduce tracking error in the index fund. It also helps to rebalance the portfolio frequently.
Got it, ma'am. So like, or is cheese pe who should consider investing in this fund?
It is a small cap fund. So those investors who want to begin their small cap investment journey and they want to seek exposure to small cap stocks. But ऐसे जैसे मैंने कहा था कि ये थोड़ा सा there is a risk element that it's inherently risky here. Therefore, individual investors who have high risk appetite and have a long term investment horizon, they are the ones who can think of investing in this fund, and going by the index fund will be beneficial to the investors. It is because if the investors are a little unsure about individual fund or stock picks, then investing in the index category will definitely be beneficial to the investors. Nonetheless, Shaswat, I would definitely like to also very specifically mention that it is always a good idea to consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
Thank you for breaking down the Grow Nifty Small Cap 250 index, ma'am, for us, index fund for us. It's been really valuable discussion today, and to our listeners also, remember, yeah, to do a research and consult your financial advisor because it's really important. And before making any financial decisions, you should just reach out to them. Until next time, thank you so much for watching this video. Happy investing.
Thank you, Shaswat, for having me.
Yes.
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिम के अधीन है। योजना संबंधी सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें। म्यूचुअल फंड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स आर सब्जेक्ट टू मार्केट रिस्क्स। रीड ऑल स्कीम रिलेटेड डॉक्यूमेंट्स केयरफुली।